Once was a land of woe and strife, where the people were bereft of hope. They prayed to their gods of might and light to deliver the heroes of old. Instead they got heroes. Did you hear the quotes in my voice of moral ambiguity? They may help or may not help you at all, depends on what's in it for them. They kick and they punch and they maul and they smash, they lie and they scheme and they burn and they slash. Succeed or fail, it adds to the tale. Dungeons and Debacle starts now.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the Dungeons and Debacles podcast. I'm your host, Kevin. Going around the table, Hannah.
I'm Hannah, and I'll be playing Talia, the human rogue.
And Blake.
I'm Blake, and I'll be playing Juliet, the eldritch knight / wizard Dragonborn.
And Nathan.
Hi, I play Brahkul as a half-orc barbarian.
And John.
Hello. I've got coffee and cookies and kitties and my computer and something else that starts with consent. Probably.
And Shane will not be joining us this week because he is dead.
To clarify, Alexander is dead. Shane's fine.
Yeah, that's an important distinction. My bad. So, the last time on Dungeons and Debacles podcast, you were told that you can, or the priestess of Tiamat that you have met in Hollis Point can raise Alexander from the dead, except she is missing one critical component, which is a expensive diamond. That she does not have, you do not have, and it's a pretty good bet that no one else in this town has. So the wizard that had previously attacked you, Iolus, had the idea that there may be one place in the town that may have it, which is this long abandoned manor that has some pretty terrible history in this town. It's supposedly haunted. People have entered into this mansion trying to loot it. In the decades past, there was this terrible murder where the lady of the manor found out that her husband was cheating on her with the maid and slaughtered the entire family. You entered the mansion trying to loot it, where you were met by some mischievous children who are ghosts, who have been harassing you throughout this mansion.
They're bullies.
Yeah, and you found multiple dead bodies throughout this place. You even encountered the Lord of the Manor, who was very upset that you bothered him. He promptly attacked you. You were able to drive him off, and that's where you find yourselves now. I believe you are at the bottom of the steps in this great room, about to go upstairs.
Yep.
After kicking some bourgeois butt.
And dig around the toilet.
Yeah.
Yes.
But does she feel better that now that entire room's cleared now?
Yeah.
No, I'm still disappointed in us.
Okay, so are you headed upstairs?
Yep.
Indeed.
You are going to ascend grand marble staircase that leads up to the second floor. You also notice that the staircase also leads down into another area that you're not exploring at this point. You ascend this staircase, and there's just as much dust on that, and you do see some footprints that lead up here that seem very old. Appears to be like 4 or 5 sets that you can tell. So you enter this level above. Do you still have your light spell up, Juliet?
Yeah, it lasts for an hour. Almost been an hour.
You see the light crest the top of the steps, and I guess Brahkul and Alunodas, you're going first. You crest the top of the steps, and you are looking down this hallway, and there's just as much dust covering everything, and you can see some footsteps that go down the hallway about 50 feet and turn right. As you crest the top of the stairs, you are going to see the apparition of this little girl appear again, and she's waving her finger at you and says,
It's not a good idea to come up here. Lady Silverlight is very mad. I'd go back downstairs if I were you and leave.
We got stuff to do.
And she's going to say,
Well, it's your funeral.
It's funny because you're already dead.
I was not very nice.
and she's going to disappear.
Well then, forward, shall we?
Yep, we got a diamond to get.
All right, so you look down this hall. It appears to be a 10-foot, 12-foot wide hallway that extends as far as you can see. You can see a wall where there is a painting on the wall in front of you, and then the hallway appears to turn right.
I'm gonna take a look at the painting. Make sure it doesn't do any creepy, stupid, creepy, ugly, awful shit.
Okay. So as you move forward to investigate the painting, you are going to see a man and a woman very regally dressed. You're going to notice that the man in the painting looks to be the ghost that you encountered downstairs. So you think this is probably Lord and Lady Silverlight.
Hey, Juliet, can I borrow your pen and ink for a second?
What for?
They need mustaches.
I don't think that's the case. You're not wasting my ink on something like that.
Ugh, Philistine.
I have a quill that has never-ending ink.
Oh, yay. Can I borrow that?
No, just wanted to let you know.
Nobody understands art.
Oh, it's this mischievous, are you?
No, I just think these bougie bastards need to be messed with.
I see.
So are you going to deface the painting?
Apparently not. Alright, what do we see down the hallway?
You turn the corner, and the one set of footprints that you see in the dusk stop, and you look down, and you are going to see the body of a dwarf that appears to have been here for many, many years. It's desiccated. He appears to be wearing some split mail and carrying an axe.
Let's go ahead and search the corpse. See if he has the diamond on him. You never know.
Why would he have a diamond? He only got up to this point.
Maybe he found it in the toilet.
You look at his hands, and you don't see that there's any caked shit on them or anything. Give me an investigation check.
2.
Yeah, it's you look around, and you're like, yep, this is a dead dwarf.
Hey guys, there's a body here. You see the body? There's a body.
16 for
Yep.
Talia. So Talia, you're going to go rooting around this corpse. You see that some of the splint has started to rust, and as you move the body, who is currently face down, onto his back, some of it breaks. You are going to notice that his throat has been slit, and the axe is still in his hand and has some dried blood on it. You think that he slit his own throat with his axe.
Guys, I think this guy killed himself.
That's ridiculous. Why would he do that? With such an impractical weapon?
Dwarves are very morose.
It could have been work of Lady... crap, I forgot her name.
Silverlight.
Could have been Lord Lady Silverlight, I'm assuming that's...
As you dig further through his possessions, Talia, you are going to find one vial, and you're also going to find 15 gold pieces.
Sweet.
Just a random vial, or does it have stuff in it?
It appears to have a silvery bluish liquid in it.
Anybody know what this is? And I'm gonna hold it up.
May I take a look at it?
Probably just mouthwash.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll hand it over to Juliet.
Yeah, Juliet's gonna slosh it around a bit, open the vial, take a whiff. Is there any way I might be able to use Arcana to identify what this is? Because I assume it's magical, otherwise it would be just like... It would be not a note.
Yes, go ahead and make a Arcana check.
Let's see, 15?
You open up this vial and you take a whiff, and you actually dip your finger into it and take a taste. And you're like, oh, this is a potion of spider climb.
potion of spider climb.
Oh, spider cider. Yeah, so let's see, climb on walls. Very impractical, not very useful, at least not where I know. So you plan to climb on buildings?
I can see several uses for that. And I'm gonna hold my hand out, like, hoping she gives it back.
Juliet will hand it back. If you can use it, by all means. Unless we plan on taking this dwarf's weapon and armor, I think we should move on. Personally, I'm not interested in either.
No, they seem too rusted to be of any real use.
Yeah, weapons and armor are for dorks.
Hey,
So you're going to look down this hall, and you are going to see some more tracks in the dust now that you've been looking for them. You're going to notice down this hallway, which is about 25 feet, to the end of this hallway, you are going to see a set of stone double doors. And then to your right, you are going to see a wooden door.
alright, let's walk towards it and hope that there are no traps.
Wooden door or big stone doors?
Start with the wooden door, I think.
Alright, Juliet goes to try and open this wooden door.
Okay, so you reach for the door, and you turn the handle, and you hear a click, and it starts to creak as you open it.
Ooh.
So as you crack the door and look inside, you're going to see what appears to be a bedroom. There's a bed to the right. There appears to be a dresser, bearskin rug on the floor, appears to be a table in the left corner, and a fireplace to the north that is cold.
Alright, I guess we will head inside. Juliet's gonna go over to these skeletons and nudge them, make sure they aren't alive or undead.
These, by far, are the oldest bodies that you've seen since you've been in this house. They are desiccated. You can see they're mostly bone. There is some skin left on some of them. Both of these are wearing leather armor that has since just fallen apart over the ages. They both appear to be holding daggers that are very rusty.
Alright, well, if they're not moving at all, then I guess we can continue searching the rest of the room.
Okay.
Now, there was a dresser, a table, fireplace, a bed, and what else? There was one other thing. Is that a vanity?
Right here is a dresser. This is a chest of drawers. And down here is a table. And then there is a bearskin rug in the middle of the room.
I'm going to check out the bearskin rug, see if there's anything underneath it or if it's in good condition.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
6.
You look around, and it looks like it would have been an expensive rug due to the size of this bear, but it has started to rot over the years. You move it around and roll it up to one side to see if there's anything underneath it, and it just appears to be dust.
Okay, then.
Okay, I gotta call shenanigans. How would dust get under the rug? Come on, Captain.
Well, it's
Maybe
not as
that's
dusty as the rest of it, but I mean, it's not exactly touching the floor in all its places.
Besides, where else are they going to sweep all the actual dust?
Alright, I will search the dresser.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
4.
You open up the drawers and you start rifling around in here, and you open the top drawer and you are finding a silver coated brush and comb set, and as you touch the comb you hear this moan and then a scream
That's probably nothing.
as this the fireplace explodes in this blue flame, and out of it you see this woman in this very regal looking nightgown with her hair is flowing all around her, and she's bathed in the silver and blue light, and she screams at you.
How dare you invade my bedchamber?
Yeah, probably nothing.
And I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative. Alright, so Lady Silversmith comes appearing out of this blue flame of this fireplace, and she's just screaming and scanning the room, and before she can react, Talia spins, and what are you going to do?
I'm going to throw my daggers at her. 13.
That's going to miss.
And a 12.
And that's going to miss.
Man, if I had advantage.
Alright, anything else you want to do?
I will move up to here and hope she doesn't kill me. Yay!
Alright, Alunodas, you're up.
Gonna click my heels together 3 times, and that is to say I'm gonna activate my Boots of Haste. And now I'm standing next to Lady Silverbutt, and I'm going to punch her a lot. First attack is 23.
That hits.
5 damage. Second one is 24, so for another 5. Third regular attack, another 23 for 9 more damage.
Okay.
And then I think I'll go ahead and spend a cheat point for Flurry of Blows. First one of those is 26 for 6 more damage. And the second one is a critical for 14 damage.
Nice.
Roll that crit table.
14.
That's going to leave a mark. You damage, the damage you do can't be healed for the duration of the encounter. Effect is the damage is removed from the target's maximum HP total.
Alright, and Flurry of Blows also lets me... Okay, Sappho, I love you, but you're being slightly inconvenient, right? Alright, Flurry of Blows lets me do stuff. I am going to give her no reactions until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
And she does not get any save or anything. And that will do it for Alunodas' turn.
So next up is Lady Silverlight. She enters the room, and you starting attacking her. She is just going to let out this just horrifying, high-pitched scream. And I'm going to need everybody to give me a wisdom saving throw.
12.
9.
All right, so Brahkul,
Still
you
need
to, give one. All right, so this is horrifying visage. Each non-dead creature within 60 feet of the ghost that can see it must succeed on a DC 13 wisdom saving throw or be frightened for 1 minute. The save fails by 5 or more. The target also ages 1d4 times 10 years.
Oof. And
So that would be anyone who failed this save who got an 8 or less.
I was kind of hoping to see Talia turn suddenly into a middle-aged woman.
Oh, I can use the Helm of Second Chances to get a reroll. Is that correct?
Ooh.
Yeah, yep.
All right, let me do that and fail this one.
No, the Helm of Second Chances doesn't do that. There's
Okay.
Somebody's got.
I have no idea what it does then, because it was never described to me.
That lets you take damage for someone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That lets you use your reaction to move your movement and take a hit for somebody.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Juliet and Brahkul, you're going to age.
This could be significant.
That's roll to 1, so you're going to age 10 years. But yeah, can you imagine if Talia failed and I rolled a 4?
And all of a sudden she went from being 12 to being 50.
Yeah.
I would hope it's not 50. Like 22 maybe.
All right, so everybody except for Iolus, you are now feared and cannot move closer to the target.
Well, that's inconvenient for Brahkul
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
and Nifron.
The aging effect, just so you know, can be reversed with a greater restoration spell, but only within 48 hours of it happening to you. All right, so after she does that, she is going to turn to Alunodas, and she is going to take an attack against you.
Ooh.
That's a 10, that's going to miss, and that's a 19. Does that hit?
If it meets, it beats. So yes, it does.
Did you add your AC in with the haste?
Yes, I get +1 to AC with haste, right?
I think it's more than that. Hold on.
Ooh, if it's more, then she'll miss.
Haste is +2.
Aha, she misses.
All right, so until the spell ends, the target speed is doubled. It gains a +2 bonus to AC. It has an advantage on dex saves, and gains an additional action on each of its turns. The action can only be used to take the attack action, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action. When the spell ends, the target can't move or take actions until after its next turn, as the wave of lethargy sweeps over it.
So she just barely misses me. She lashes out with her stupid ghosty hands, and I just sort of... And she...
Talia's asking if there's a way to become unfrightened. Yeah, you're going to get an opportunity at the end of each of your rounds to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, cool.
Next up is Nifron. He is currently under that effect. He is going to pull out a hand crossbow from behind his belt, and he's going to shoot and miss terribly. Next up is Iolus, who is going to move into the room, and he is going to cast Firebolt. That's a 14. That's going to miss as this flame appears from his hand and streaks across the room and hits the fireplace. Next up, Juliet.
With slightly more brittle scales, at now age 28, Juliet is going to be sick of this shit and cast more magic missiles, because fuck trying to hit these ghosts with regular attacks.
Wait,
I thought
she
you
was
were out
only-
of. I thought you were out of that spell slot downstairs.
I used all my level 2 spell slots, but level 1 spell slots I still have 4 left.
Ah,
Yeah, spells for days, son.
The plot thickens.
So that's 12 points of damage with a magic missile. And Juliet's going to take a couple steps back.
magic missiles slam into this ghost, and she turns at you and screams and says,
How dare you attack me in my own house?
Juliet, give me wisdom saving throw.
Alright, 19, hey.
All right, so you are no longer afraid. Nifron made his saving throw on his turn as well. All right, Brahkul, you're up.
Man, you are getting better at saying my name.
Throw a skeleton at her.
What kind of, like, roll or check do you have to do to throw a skeleton at her?
That would be, what's your strength?
17.
I would say you would be able to pick this up and throw it as an improvised weapon, so you wouldn't get your proficiency bonus.
Beat her to death with her own corpse.
I don't think this is a corpse. So just roll D20.
D20, and I'll let you use your strength modifier. So it'd be D20 plus 3.
Oof.
A bloody 5.
So you pick up this skeleton and you raise it over your head and scream and throw it at the Lady Silverlight, and it goes about 10 feet and then slides across the floor.
I hesitate to note, but he has disadvantage on this because of the fear effect.
Oh, roll another D20.
8. Not much better.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, I was honestly kind of hoping for a crit fail just to see what would happen.
I poke my own eye out with skeletons with cage.
All right, give me a wisdom saving throw.
1 sec.
Yep, so that's an 8. You're still afraid.
Brahkul's afraid of the ghost.
You know, if you were raging, you would be immune to that.
Nah, I'm gonna save it for something more important than this.
Okay.
I mean, granted, yes, I have 4 uses, but I'm not gonna use it just yet.
All right, there might not be many things tougher than her in this house, just saying.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just the kids and Lady Silverlight and Lord Silverlight. Oh, there's also the kid's mom.
All right, anything else you want to do?
I don't think there's really much else I could do, honestly.
Okay. Talia, you're up.
All right. So just to be sure, because I'm flanking with Alunodas, it negates the. It would be whatever my first roll is, because it would negate the advantage would negate the disadvantage. Yes.
That's correct.
Just
It
making
would be
sure.
a straight roll.
20.
That hits.
I'll sneak attack. So for 18 damage total, and then my offhand dagger is 21 for an additional 5, so 23 damage total.
So you come up against this ghost while she's facing Alunodas, and you stab her twice in the back, and you see her reach back to try to grab her back where you're stabbing her, and she lets out a scream. Next up is Alunodas.
Oh, wait.
Oh, sorry. Wisdom save.
16!
Yay, you pass. So take your little fear thing off. All right,
Yay.
Alunodas, you're up.
All right. Now to continue beating this woman to death. 19
That hits.
for 7. Only 10.
That's going to miss.
And 17.
That's going to miss too.
Okay, and now for another flurry of 24 and 15.
The 24 will hit.
So that's another 10 damage. So I did a total of 17 this time, and no reactions for her.
All right, give me a wisdom saving throw.
17.
That's a pass.
Haha, don't with ya. And that's it for Luna.
All right, so you punch her, and you can see that she's getting really mad now, and she's going to screech at you, and she is going to try to reach out and grab you. I'm going to need you to give me a charisma saving throw.
Only 12.
So she reaches out, and she grabs a hold of you, and then everybody is going to see this ghost enter Alunodas's body. And Alunodas, in your head, it's going to be like this tunnel vision, and you are going to feel her take control of your body. So right now, nobody in the room can see her. You've just seen her like enter Alunodas and then disappear. Next up is Nifron, who's going to come running into the room, and he's pulled out his rapier and his sai, and he just looks around and then looks to you, Talia, and says, "Where did she go?"
Into Alunodas.
And Nifron's going to say, "That's not good." As you say that, Alunodas is going to turn towards Nifron, and Nifron's going to see like this, his eyes flare blue, and Nifron is going to attack. So he's going to take his rapier, stab Alunodas, and you're all like horrified. And so that's a 24 and a 19. 24. Alunodas, you're going to take 14 points of damage. And on the 19, you are going to take 7
Nope,
points.
that's going to miss.
24 is going to miss you?
The 24 hits. The 19 is going to
the
miss.
19.
Because with the haste, Lunadas's AC is at 20.
Okay. Next up is Iolus, who sees all this happening, and he says, I don't know what I should do.
Do you have a spell that can stop this or fix this? To fix it, mage.
It's like Jesus fix it.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Mage fix it. And I also going to say, I know nothing to remove a possession.
How fucking useless are you?
It's not my fault. I'm not a cleric.
Excuses. Be better.
So his round's going to be spent arguing with Talia. Juliet, you're up.
Juliet has no idea what to do at this point, so she is just warily going to pull out her weapon and eye Alunodas and Nifron, because who knows what the fuck's going to happen. That's it for Juliet.
Brahkul, you're up.
Wow. Oh, God. I mean, I'm pretty sure am I still afraid? Or gotta, like, move up towards them?
You made your save, didn't you?
Yeah, but I failed it.
You can't see her anymore. So...
What?
You can't see her? She's not... You see Alunodas. Wouldn't that stop any fear effect?
No, you're still affected by the spell.
Oh.
Yeah, your last save was a 4, so you can't move any closer.
So I guess you could move over to the table, start throwing chairs.
You know what? That's a great idea.
Okay.
Train check for this too?
D20 plus your plus 3. 19.
19.
So you pick up this chair around this end table over here in the bottom corner, and you lift it over your head and toss it, and it goes flying over the through the air over Nifron's head, and it's going to smack Alunodas in the face.
I thought his AC was 20.
Oh, it is 20, so you miss him.
Just barely.
I keep looking at your AC bubble and it says 18, Alunodas.
Well, that's what you get for something.
Alright, so that's going to miss. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
You, Nathan.
Watch me fail this again.
9, yep, that's a fail.
Brahkul is afraid of Alunodas now. Such horrible reacting on my part.
So,
fast punching in.
there's your action, your movement, and your save. Anything else you want to do?
I don't think there's much else I can do at this point.
Okay, Talia, you're up.
I'm gonna take a cue from Nifron. Can she be in the place I'm thinking?
There's not really enough room between that dresser and that fireplace, and you'd have to be moving through his square to get there.
Okay, just figured I'd ask. So I'm just going to I'm gonna stab it. 22.
That hits him.
Sneak attack, and then my offhand 13, so that doesn't count. So total of 14 damage.
All right.
And can I go ahead and roll poison?
Yep.
Are you sure it's 13, not 14?
My
Why would
offhand
it be-
dagger only gets +6 instead of +7.
Gotcha.
It's 1d4, right?
Yes, 1d4.
So 3.
Okay, so, Alunodas, give me a Constitution saving throw.
7.
All right, so you're going to take that 3 points of damage, and you are now poisoned, which means you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, which is probably a good thing because you're going to be punching your friends here next round, or next turn.
Yeah, I am.
Talia, anything else you want to do?
I'm gonna yell to everybody else, like, guys, Alunodas wouldn't want to be possessed. We should just go ahead and kill him.
Or subdue.
Or subdue, I guess. We can save him later.
Maybe.
He's gonna kill him.
All right.
Who thought you actually care about your friend?
So, Alunodas, you are going to return and attack Talia.
How many times?
What would be your normal action?
I have 4 basic attacks, or standard attacks because of, haste and so on.
Do the 4, not
3.
not using your flurry of blows.
All right.
So he has disadvantage, yes?
Yes. So one of those.
So
is
one
going
of those.
Actually, he's got one more attack,
2 attacks per turn plus 1 for haste.
and then your bonus. Can't you attack with your bonus action?
If any of them hits, I can do a bonus strike.
Okay.
And, oh wait, the last one would have hit, yes. Probably. Because even with disadvantage, that's 21 to hit for the last one.
Okay. So he hits you once for 9 points of damage.
Alright.
Hold up. It doesn't gain access to the target's knowledge, class features, or proficiencies, so it doesn't get those extra attacks.
No, that would be his flurry of blows. I mean, if he's still hasted.
I see 4 attacks
But
there.
I shouldn't get the bonus attack, I don't think.
Yeah, the bonus strike at last does not happen because that is part of a class feature, the unarmed... was it unarmed combat? Is that what it's called?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. It doesn't really matter because he missed with that one anyway.
Gotcha.
But thanks for bringing it up. All right. Next up is Nifron. He is going to slash at you with his rapier. Both of those miss. And then he is going to attack with his sai. That one's going to miss too. Iolus is going to see that you're just wailing at him. So he's going to move over here and cast Firebolt. That's going to miss. Juliet, you're up.
Alright, well, I guess we're on the bandwagon of killing Alunodas.
Or subduing. God.
I'm sorry, but you wouldn't want to be possessed for the rest of your life, and I don't know how long this lasts, so I'm so
Until
sorry.
you knock me unconscious.
I don't know, you could be contaminated. We might have to make sure. Juliet's going to attack with our glaive. Actually, no. Actually, yes. I lied. Gonna attack with our glaive. Advantage. So that's a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
That'll use 13 slashing damage. And that will end Juliet's turn.
All right. So you hack down through Alunodas, and you slash him across the chest, and you're going to see the eyes flare blue again as he opens his mouth and screams, and it's the voice of Lady Silverlight. Brahkul, you're up. You got
I
two
imagine
more
this whole
chairs.
session is going to be us.
Actually, you got
Jesus.
2 more chairs and a table.
I imagine this whole session is going to be us beating up Alunodas.
Maybe one more round. Talia's probably going to take him down. She's good at that.
I do my best.
Yeah, I'm just going to pick up another chair and attempt to throw it out.
20.
Yay!
So that hits. So you pick up this.
He has disadvantage, though.
All right.
Yeah, 'cause you're
Sorry.
No, it's fine. You're just playing by the
Roll another
rules.
one.
She just wants Talia to be the one to take him out.
Yeah, if I find how she now mentions that.
I mean, Alunodas would want me to kill him if it was going to be one of our party.
14.
That's gonna miss. The chair actually goes wide, falls way
Wobbles
short,
wide.
and Nifron sees it coming and jumps up as it goes skidding across the floor. Give me a wisdom save.
Good God, how many whistle saves have I done now?
5.
Oh, critical fail.
Oh no!
Oh, God.
So somehow you're even more afraid now. Probably because of the fact that you can't hit it with a chair.
Of course, he's so scared now. He's just going to stand in the corner and cry himself.
Alright, Talia, you're up.
I'm going to stab. That's a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Yep.
Sneak attack. And my offhand.
My brother, Alunodas is down.
Oh, well. Sorry, Luno. My sneak attack was really good this time, though.
Now, is he dead or did he subdue him?
Talia, were you doing
Whoops.
lethal or non-lethal damage?
I think there was
I
a
did.
declaration.
Yeah, if I did non-lethal damage, he would just be unconscious, yes?
Yep.
Yes.
And what's her name would appear in an unoccupied space right next to him.
I mean, because Talia would not want to actually kill him. She would want to simply save him from himself or something that is taking over him. So I would say that she was trying to incapacitate him.
Okay, we'll say that you take the hilt of your dagger and smack him in the back of the noggin, and you're going to see him fall to his knees and then face first, and then you're going to see the ghost of Lady Silverlight rise out of his body and appear over here beside Nifron.
Does she make a noise or a...
It's more like a whoosh.
So, like a lightsaber coming out of its, being activated.
Yeah, but spookier.
Oh, spooky lightsaber.
All right, Talia, anything else you want to do?
I mean, no. Unless I can use that second offhand attack to on Lady Silverlight when she pops out, but I'm guessing that's a no.
I'll let you take a bonus strike.
Cool. So I rolled a 25 on that. Should I do it again?
No, that hits.
All right. So I hit her for 5
Okay.
with my magic daggers.
All right. Next up is Lady Silverlight. So she doesn't like being attacked, and she looks at you, Talia, and says,
You're next, little girl.
Bring it,
and I'm going to need you to make a charisma save.
bitch, please.
Well done.
I freaking love that.
So she reaches out and grabs you, and you're going to see Lady Silverlight disappear into Talia for a moment. And you're all like, oh no, not again. And she passes right through Talia. As Talia says, bitch, please.
She can't handle this sass. She does not know what she's dealing with.
And she's going to turn around after she leaves and takes one swing at you. That is a 26.
Yeah, that'll hit. And so how much does she hit me for?
20 points of damage.
Holy shitballs, dude! I'm going to uncanny dodge that.
Alright, next up is Nifron. He's going to see Lady Silverlight come out the other side of Talia's body. And he's going to take a swing with his rapier. Alright, well, bad news is the first one was a crit miss.
And there is no good news.
Tripped up, you slip and fall. You are prone and must use a move action to stand up. This can be done in the same turn if you've not used a move action yet. So he is, he can't because he's already used his action to attack.
No, he didn't use his move, though, so he can still stand up.
Oh yeah, move action, okay. So he stands up and then let's see what the other attacks were. Misses with the second rapier attack, but with the sai, that's a 21 that's going to hit for 7 damage. Alright, next up is Iolus. He is going to cast Magic Missile for 2 points of damage.
Okay, Talia, you should have just killed this fucker.
Right?
And you're going to hear him say, I'm trying, alright?
I appreciate that you're trying. All I'm saying is you would have been more useful to the crows.
Alright, Juliet, you're up.
Alright, Juliet is gonna come up behind Lady Silverlight. Actually, you know what? No, that's a terrible idea. Juliet is gonna move down, almost out of range of her, and cast magic. 2 of those left. That will be 10 force damage to her.
Alright, so you let loose this magic missile, and they slam into her back, and she's going to turn and face you and scream.
And that's it.
Brahkul, you're up. You got 1 chair left, buddy.
Either that, or I could just rage. Right? I could do that.
Yeah, you can rage. I mean, I'd be pretty
I'm gonna
enraged
rage.
if I keep missing her with table chairs.
Brahkul has enough of this shit. As he rages, he yells that out as he rages. He's going to Lady
Silverlight.
run up to her and try to hit her with my great axe.
With advantage.
So attack 2 more times. Oh, wow. That's just some bad rolls. So you...
I know, I'm like John today, or here it was, that these bad rolls a lot.
So, so you attack with your great axe twice, and you're just like inches away missing it. Go ahead and give me a wisdom save. 11. You aren't afraid currently, but the fear effect is not off of you. You're just
11.
blindly like working through your fear due to your rage. Next up is Talia.
Alright, I'm gonna continue to stab this evil woman. 24.
That hits.
Sneak attack. And then my offhand. 23. So a total of 24.
Alright, so as she turns to face Brahkul, you sink 2 daggers into her back. She cries out in pain. Alunodas is taking a floor nap.
It's a union regulated break.
Lady Silverlight is going to turn and face Talia after she stabbed her.
Yes.
First attack is a 20
That'll hit.
for 18 points of damage.
Oh god.
And then the second attack is a crit fail.
Oh, excellent. I'm gonna uncanny dodge the first attack. If that's okay.
Yep, you'll take 10.
Oh, I thought it was 18 points damage.
Or, I'm sorry, 9 points.
Okay, just making sure that I had heard correctly. What'd she get on the roll table?
She got...
If she keeps rolling ones, does she automatically die?
no. That would be a cool mechanic then. Attacker is pulled 1 square, so nothing happens. Next up is Nifron. He's going to take his attacks with his rapier. That's an 18 and a 23. Both of those are going to hit. That will be for 20 points of damage. And then he's going to take his attack with his sai. That's a crit fail. 13 on the crit chart. That is, you must move your move speed away from the target. So he lunges with his scythe, and Lady Silversmith is going to lean into him and get face to face, and he's going to take off running. So he's basically out here to the door. Iolus is up next. He's going to move right here beside the bed and cower down behind it, and he is going to lift his head up and point his finger over the top of the bed and cast Firebolt, and that's going to miss. Next up is Juliet.
Alright. Casting Magic Missile, 1 cast left. 11 points of damage. And that's it for Juliet.
Alright, Brahkul, you're up.
If I'm still able, just go and try Great Axe.
Yep. Alright, now 2 more attacks for your advantage. Hey, one of them hit.
About behind. Good God.
Alright, roll your damage.
That is a 13.
Alright. So you finally, you hack across this ghost and miss, and then on the upswing you come back around and finally connect with it as she screams out in pain. Talia, you're up.
That's just doing that. I still rage a bit off.
Oh yeah.
Right,
Oh
so
yeah.
I'm
Give
going
me
to-
before we move on to Talia, give me a wisdom saving throw, Brahkul. Nope.
Doink.
All right, now Talia, you're up.
So I'm going to stab her with my main hand dagger. That's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Sneak attack. So for a total of 19 damage. And then I'm going to disengage
Okay.
and run over here by Juliet.
All right, is that it?
Attack bonus movement. Yep.
All right. So, Lady Silverlight, seeing as the only thing with currently within range and standing in front of her is Brahkul, is going to take an attack on him. That is a 26 and a 16. What's your AC, Brahkul?
My class is
You're breaking up really badly. Okay, your AC.
Try putting it in.
Yeah, I don't know if you're lagging out or what's going on. All right, so Nathan's saying his AC is 13. So both of those are going to hit.
That does seem awful low.
Well, I mean, he's a barbarian. He's not wearing any armor.
True.
Wait, why not?
In Rage, he has damage reduction, and they think there's something about armor that doesn't work with Barbarian or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't get his bonuses with anything like greater than leather armor or hide armor, I think.
Oh, I thought that was just for the AC, where if you're not wearing armor, you get Dex plus Con as your AC instead of whatever your armor class is normally. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Not familiar with the class.
Nathan says he just didn't have any armor.
Oh,
All right, so that is going to be a total of 23 points of damage, halved. So, Nathan, you don't have your bubbles filled in, so I don't know what your total is, but you're going to take half of 23.
12.
yeah. My health is 91.
Okay.
Well, we finally have our meat shield.
Nifron is up.
And Skippy.
So Nifron is going to run back up here by Lady Silverlight and flank her with Brahkul. So that is an 27, a 28, and a 16. So the 2 rapiers will hit for 22 points of damage, plus 3 on the sneak attack.
That is literally the lowest you can get on a sneak attack.
Next up is Iolus, who's still crouched behind the bed over here. And he's going to rise up again and fire up another firebolt. That one will hit for 3 points of damage. Juliet, you're up.
alright. Juliet expends her last bit of magic energy to cast Magic Missile. 9 force damage, and that is it for her.
Alright, so these magic missiles go streaming over Brahkul's head and slam into Lady Silverlight's chest. Brahkul, you're up.
Yay! But it was.
Hey, there's a crit.
Huzzah!
And a 22. So let's go ahead and resolve the damage first. So roll your crit damage first.
2d12 plus 3. Unless you get some sort of bonus to damage for raging.
Do I roll 1 or 2?
Roll
when I
one more
get
d-
crit?
2d12.
Yeah, roll one more d12. So that's 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 2 because you don't get the bonus on. It's just straight up dice rolls that are doubled. So that'll be 10 points of damage, and roll a d12 one more time.
A d20? Oh, no.
No, for his second attack, it's another. It's a d12 plus 3. You get one more attack. One more damage roll, d12 plus 3 because you're 22 hit.
11.
All right, so now I need you to roll a d20, and this will be your crit chart roll.
11 again. What are the odds?
All right, that's lightning strike. You attack so quickly that you get a free melee basic attack. If a spell was cast, you can use a basic melee or cast a free cantrip. So make one more attack with advantage. 20, that one will hit. So roll another d20 or another d12 plus 3.
Ooh, 15.
So
36 damage.
what's it look like when you take this ghost down?
Essentially, I'm like slicing her in two when I bring my great axe up in the air and just cut her down straight in the middle to cut her in two halves.
So you separate her in two, and she lets out this horrid screams as she dissipates into nothingness.
She's just jealous that you have better cleavage than her.
As she dissipates, you're going to feel this coldness enter the room. And Talia, behind you, the little girl and the little boy are going to appear again. And they're both going to start laughing and jumping up and down and dancing in a circle, singing,
She's gone, she's gone, she's gone, she's gone, she's gone.
God, we have to kill these ghost kids too? Let's just fucking get this done.
Is this a good thing? I'm gonna look at them and say, and is it's a good thing she's gone?
They're going to say,
Thank you so much. We've been here for decades, and she's always so mean to us and chases us around the house.
and the little boy is going to go,
Yeah, we're very glad she's gone. Thank you so much.
Of course. Maybe you can help us now.
How can we help you?
Do you happen to know if there are any jewels or gold or anything stored in that?
I don't know about any jewels or gold.
What about like a safe or a chest that you've seen somewhere?
I don't know about a safe or a chest, but Lord Silverlight did have some secret doors. But we were never allowed to go in them. We never dared. He would be very angry with us.
Well, we can work something out. Can you just tell us where the doors are? You don't even have to go near them. Just tell us where.
Well, there was one downstairs, and there's one up here in the closet.
Which closet? In this room?
No, it's past those doors.
and she's going to point to the door right here. And she says,
I'll show you.
And you're going to see her ghost pass through this door to the left over here.
I'm gonna follow, but I'm gonna say, hey, Nifron, can you help me out?
And he says, sure, but you might want to get the monk back up on his feet.
Juliet will handle that.
Yeah.
I have no healing abilities.
All right.
Honestly, now that it's Juliet.
Juliet, give me a medicine check.
13.
You are, through your powers of medicine that you've been trained in so well, it appears the first time that you used it, it worked, so you just start slapping Alunodas in the face. And after about a minute of this, he opens his eyes, and he reaches out and grabs your hand as you try to smack him again.
Oh, Alunodas, you're awake. Good. I'm getting better at this.
So I'm just gonna say, can you just point to where the door is? We'll go through it later. And I'm gonna basically just be standing in the doorway.
So she goes over here to where this door is, and she says,
It's right in here past the clothes, in the chest of drawers.
Okay, thank you so much. Why don't you go play with your brother for a little bit?
Okay.
And I'm gonna come back in here and be like, hey guys, how can we, take a breather, heal up?
You want to stay in here longer?
Well, this room seems safe. I certainly don't want to go looking into any more rooms until after we've had a chance to take a break.
So Nifron is just going to just keep on going and open that door, and you see him walk into a room up here to the northwest.
Ah, son of a gun, Nifron. I'll follow him.
All right. Give me you walk through this room that's adjacent to the bedroom, and this appears to be some sort of parlor. There's some kid toys in here. There's a bookcase and a table and a rug and a chair. There's also a long, dead, desiccated corpse that's leaning up against the southern wall. Inside this room, there are 2 doors to the north. The ghost child appeared towards the door to the left, and that's where Nifron entered. When you go in this room, you are going to see that this is like a large walk-in closet. It's probably about 15 feet across. To the left and right, there are racks of robes and cloaks and pantaloons and slacks. There's also boots and shoes in here, and there's no chest or drawers like the child was talking about, but there is a cabinet that's about 6 feet tall and about 4 feet wide, and Nifron has opened it up, and there's some clothing inside of it. You've also seen where he's like started tearing some of the clothes off these racks, looking for a door. You want to give me an investigation check?
Sure. 8.
You got the same thing he did.
Oh, no.
So you look around in here, and you're not seeing anything that she was talking about, like a secret door.
I'm gonna walk out here and say, hey, Juliet, come here real quick.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask Juliet to just break the wardrobe.
Don't we have someone else do that too?
Brahkul.
Yeah, but I know Juliet.
You're gonna make me
So
do
you
more
don't
work?
trust the cool, do you?
Brahkul, come over here and break this. You're good at breaking things, right?
Yes, as you had seen me break the door to the house earlier before we came in.
Exactly.
Talia is still convinced that Juliet's the strongest person in the world, though.
100%. It's like my mom can beat up your mom because she's a Dragonborn type thing.
Stat effects be gone by now or something?
Yeah, they'd be gone. Nifron is going to stand over here to the right of the wardrobe and look at Brahkul and say, "Be my guest."
It shall be a pleasure.
Give me just a strength check. Should be a D20 plus 3. 16. So, you take your axe and you just start taking this wardrobe apart, and you're cutting these. There's still some robes inside that Nifron had just moved over to the side, or there's some on the floor, and you're just cutting these things to shreds as you take this wardrobe apart, and your axe sinks into the back wall, and you pull back, and you feel a draft come from behind it.
There seems to be a draft coming from behind.
Interesting.
Okay, what's that?
It smells like cumin.
So he continues to hack away at this thing, and it opens up a false back to this wardrobe, and you see a stone landing that goes back about 5 feet, and then a stairwell that descends to the right.
Well, might as well go back downstairs. We can always finish looking around up here once we're done with it.
So what about these other rooms?
We can always finish looking around up here once we're done with this.
All right, what are you doing?
I still think we should take 15 minutes and just take a breather.
A short rest makes sense, yeah.
Short rest to be about 45 minutes to an hour.
Well, I mean, we already dealt with all the bad people. You know, Lord and Lady Silverlight.
But what about the Lord?
I mean,
He
we didn't
disappeared,
kill
but we
him,
didn't
but
kill
he
him.
walked away.
Yeah, he's still in the house somewhere.
He walked through the wall. He didn't necessarily leave. We might run into him again.
All right, so we're going to say that let's finish up the rest of this room up here to the north up here on this other door. You are going to find a bathroom that is connected to the bedroom in this parlor room. You go inside and look around, and there doesn't appear to be anything in here other than like a bathtub, a basin, and another one of those fancy chairs with a hole with a chamber pot underneath.
Can I check that again?
Oh, no. It is unnecessary to dig through people's petrified crap.
This one, there doesn't appear to be any crap in here. There is like a stain at the bottom of it, though. To the south, you are going to find an elevated patio that overlooks the courtyard that connects via a glass door from the parlor that you're currently in. And
So that they can look down on their servants while they eat?
yeah, basically. Out here, you're going to find it's just a stone elevated patio with a rug and some chairs and a table with some candles. The chairs are falling apart because they've been exposed and not maintained for the past 40 years. And then the large stone doors that you think connect to that hallway. And I think that's probably a pretty good place to end it right there. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dungeons and Debacles podcast. If I could ask a halfling-sized favor, give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It's the best way to support us. New episodes come out every Monday, so make sure to check your podcast app. Do you have an idea to make the podcast better? Tell us about it on Twitter or Facebook. You can also check out our website to see all the maps, lore, and characters at dungeonsanddebaclespodcast.com. And now a word from our fantasy sponsor. Are annoying adventurers stealing your treasure and slaying ye hard-earned magical beasties? An expertly crafted dungeon may just be what ye need. Hell, I'm Brog Stoneshield Jr. of Stoneshield & Sons Dungeon Contractors. When me pal started this business, he had but one philosophy: help people protect what they worked so hard to get. We have free in-tower consultations to design a lair just for ye needs. Our expert dwarven stonesmiths will help you build a dungeon of your dreams, and we can work with any budget. Spike traps, we got 'em. Flame pillars, no problem. Bottomless pits, we're the best in the business. Do you already have a dungeon and want to upgrade? We can help make it even more secure. With a combined 600 years of experience, there's no dungeon too big or too small. We do them all. Just contact Stoneshield & Sons Dungeon Contractors for all your dungeon needs.
Kevin's not really averse to killing characters. That's not a problem for him. He's done it like twice, 3 times.
Jesus.
So I know about the 2 characters before, at the beginning of the thing, right?
Well, not necessarily at the beginning, but early on, yeah.
Well, in the episode 15, I believe, is the episode that it happens in.
Yeah, something like that.
Which
I'm
comparatively,
at Enter the Red Talon.
no, I thought it was Betrayal is the episode. Anyway,
Yep.
so there's that, and then Alexander's dead. Adel's dead, but I feel like that was more Oliver.
Yeah, Oliver.
I don't think he even wanted that as a choice. It's just that he couldn't do it anymore. And I know I'm preparing for my next character, just in case. Like I've said before, I don't want to lose Talia. She's like the best thing ever. But if I do, then I know what I'm going to play after this.
Yep. If Alunodas dies, I'm going to go with the sorcerer. Kind of nutty.
All right, is everybody
Actually,
back?
maybe a cleric.
The music you heard on this episode was Nightmare Machine and Evening of Chaos by Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license. CreativeCommons.org/licenses/by/3.0.